All right, everybody, welcome back into the 2023 Speed Gaming Marathon for No Kid Hungry. Here we've got another great run coming up in just a second. Here we're going to have Trenton running a breath of fire here. He's gonna get going in just a second here. I'm gonna step out of the way and let him actually, take care of all of this thing because he's the one you're here to see. Go ahead, get those donations in. But if that's all good, then I'm gonna pass it on to Trenton.
Well, good morning, everyone. Hope things are moderately okay, at least. You can do better than moderately okay, but we're hopefully at least that. So this is Breath of Fire for the Super Nintendo, and DJ Percent, or DJ Percent as it often called, is about a 1 hour run. So if there's no reason to hold off, I suppose we'll start. And plot is a thing that exists in this game. However, you don't get very much plot explained in 1 hour, as we have to almost constantly go around and do stuff. Well, that is sort of the point of a speedrun. But you start outside essentially the final dungeon that you have access to in the overworld, and you start with high levels and a bunch of stuff, which allows you to complete the game very quickly. There's also optional stuff that you can do, and that is done primarily for safety and or speed. I'll be doing a few of those along the way. This is a marathon safe run of this, so it's not as fast as you can go in this category. But it's very good about being very able to finish. And finishing is important. We want to finish. Right. So with that initial dig spot done from Mogu, who that's all he's good for. Mogu digs. That's what he does. This guy does one thing. That's what he does. Nina has magic that lets us warp around from town to town, so any of these towns that we've been to, and we had this great storyline here in Tunlin with all the music instruments, all that fun stuff that we saw earlier, yeah. We just show up, we gotta collect the Rod 5. The Rod 5, well, fishing is a significant part of the Breath of Fire series. Someone really had a thing for fishing when they were making this. And we need this Rod 5, which is the best fishing rod that we have access to. Well, the best one that exists in the game. And we have access to it, so it is technically the best one we have access to. Technically correct, and that's the best kind of correct. We will need that to go fishing, and fishing we will do because it's how you get all the best gear in this game. Weird way to get the best gear in the game, but that's what we do. Offer word to Scrooge McDucktown. Why do I call it Scrooge McDucktown? Because if Scrooge McDuck lived in a town in this game, this is the town he would live in. So it may not be Duckburg, it's Aura, but look at this and tell me that's not Scrooge McDucktown. Alright, they give us a starter pack of items, but it's not everything we need. And it's a few things we don't. Actually, it's a lot of things we don't, but we disregard most of it. What I do need is these marble ones, which are guaranteed crits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is more than enough. Worm is 1, 2, 3, and there we go. That's our shopping for here. Now we are all about picking up these dragon items, which are available in the world. How you doing in the morning, chat? Everybody having fun? Things going good? Off to a decent start, I hope? Yeah, it's Thursday. It's not quite Friday, but it's Thursday. Thursday's pretty chill. Gonna throw this Rod 5 and the fishing bait on so that we can go to this old abandoned well and fish. And there we find the Dragon Hat. The first of our gear. Onward to spring. This was a town that, of course, you would come to at a full 80% run. I'm not going to try and explain the whole game as we're going through here, but it's a fantastic game if you like RPGs, JRPGs, in the style of Final Fantasy. This was made by Capcom. Thus, the DJ was in one of the versions of Street Fighter 2 that they released. They released like 20 versions of Street Fighter 2. Everybody loved the Street Fighter 2 originals, so they just called them all different versions of Street Fighter 2 instead of making like Street Fighter 3 and 4. I think they're only up to like 5 now. Something like that. Dragon armor is obtained. That's hype stuff for us. The elite gear is not only necessary for defensive purposes, we need it for unlocking reused dragon powers. The shrines require you to have a piece of dragon gear beforehand, and we're just taking advantage of the opportunity to fish everything up before we need it. It has benefits that way. Alright, there's our shield, and finally we need to fish up the sword. We'll be back to you later, mysterious shrine building. By the way, if you want to donate for the boss gauntlet, that's coming up towards the end of the game here. Make sure I'm doing this right real quick. Yeah. Alright. Warp to the town where we start in. So this is Drogon, not to be confused with Dragon, not named Dragon Town. And I want to reorder my items real quick because that just makes life easier. This stuff can get out of the way. Perfect. And then we want these marble threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And a few cures. That is going to keep us from having any random encounters as long as I do everything right. Yeah, that's a joke. Me do everything right. Alright, dig spot. I'm comparing against average splits, but I've changed this route a bit for marathon purposes, so it's not as fast as I can go. I do more stuff. This is one of the extra things that I do. One of the features of the game, they tried to give every character a purpose of some kind, a thing that they would let you do, and Karn gets to learn these fusion spells. Yeah, they beat Dragon Ball Z to it by a lot. We're only going to worry about one. And that is the one that we got. So that is the Doof spell. Yes, I'm saying Karn is a big doofus, or at least he will. Alright, so it has been long enough for a game about dragons to not have a dragon. Let's get a dragon. You ready for a dragon, chat? Any dragon emotes in chat? Also, let's go ahead and get some gear equipped. Now we're talking. Here's Talon. Talon is our first fight of this run. And Talon, once we beat him, which as you can tell, is not going to be difficult. We beat Talon, and then we get our first set of dragon powers. And whatever version of this game you play, category-wise, the dragon powers are a big part of it. They have lots of advantages. We'll see some of them later on. And then, it's side quest time. Now that we finally had our first run at the game, we gotta go side quest. As you can see, I didn't have to go far. And there's this old woman who's a weapons collector. She wants to know about anybody else who might collect weapons. If only we knew a little old man hung out in the hermit land that was a weapons enthusiast. Maybe one that lives with goats. Look, a goat. And apparently we are the Bird Express. We confused with the Pony Express because we're a bird, not a horse. So, Parrot Express flies to bring letters between the old man and the old woman. It's true love. It's meant to be. We just have to help them out. And too low. Missed it by a square. Hate when that happens. Alright, so the eye claw is something we're going to need at the very end game. This is just the easiest time to do it over the course of the run, because being at that dragon shrine, the old woman was just right over here. You can't use warp for this part, you have to fly. So it's a very late game quest. But hey, it's all late game at this point. Any percent run is like a 520 something. I believe Jintasu just did that like 3 months ago. Andrew P. Nintendo, thank you for rating. Welcome everyone. This is the No Kid Hungry Run Marathon. That's what I'm trying to say. I can words. Maybe. Sometimes. It's been known to happen. This is Breath of Fire for the Super Nintendo. And we're just chilling, having some fun, relaying letters between this old man and old woman. We're the Parrot Express. Same hour delivery, if not minute. Yeah, I mean, minute delivery. That's good. Imagine getting your Amazon orders that fast. Of course, imagine a giant bird showing up with your Amazon order. That would be quite the thing. Alright, so we have helped the old man and old woman meet. That's it. That's all we do. With that, we're going to go to Gant, which of course is Ox's hometown. Oh, we do have the Eye Claw. Let's mark that off on the splits. I'm not actually used to running the splits. I don't do that very much. Alright, go see the Master Mechanic Village Chief, because of course the Village Chief is always the best person in town at whatever the thing that town does is. Funny how that works out in RPGs. Alright, so despite not knowing what these parts are for, he is fortunately able to repair them for us. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but we'll take it. I haven't heard Breath of Fire in ages. Now that's a shame. It is available with the Switch Online, the SNES collection, and in fact I learned recently you can in fact do the Deej percent run on it. There's other modes as well. They don't get as much love because they're longer, but 10% is a lot of fun. That's about a 3-hour run. Alright, time for more dragons. This is a game about dragons. We need more dragons. So this is our second dragon shrine. Lost my place in my notes. There we go. Thunder Dragon, ho! And yeah, as you can see, this one's not much of a threat either. He is, however, the bane of our existence. Let that one sink in. Feel free to throw rotten fruit. As long as it's rotten. We don't want to waste good fruit. Good fruit we want to feed kids. That is the purpose of No Kid Hungry. Make sure kids have food. And a reminder, there is an incentive up here for a endgame boss gauntlet, which will include the rarely seen M Slime. So if you donate to that, you can see me fight an end slime. And I will even not use dragon powers for it. Am I going to tell you that Resident Evil has evil things in a residence? I wouldn't dare do such a thing. Alright, got a few things to do here. First of all, it's time for Karn to become a big doofus. Not a joke. He really does become a big doof. And then we want to warp. Yeah, that's right. Warp to Gust, aka Crazy Town. This is a town where when you come here, everybody was crazy in the first place. We had to save them from that. We're not worried about that though. We're already past that point story-wise. We're past almost all of the story events when you start in DJ%. What we are going to worry about is moving this box. Yes, the box. Because we wanted that Earth Rope. That's the whole reason to get Doof. That's the whole reason we came here, was literally to move that box. Swap my party order back, and then it is time for the third Dragon Shrine. As I said earlier, we went around and picked up all of the required items to do these Dragon Shrines with the fishing. That was all of the dragon stuff that we picked up. The sword, the shield, all the things. And then they let us just do these in a row. So we want to do Fire Dragon form here. And then we're going to have to do something really radical on this fight that I don't normally do. 1 second, I'm going to reorder that because this is a whole lot faster. I'm actually going to heal on this fight. It's crazy, I know. It's crazy, but we're actually going to heal on this fight. And that might be the only time we heal for health the entire run. This game looks good. Yes, it does. They did a nice job with this. As I understand it, with the way video game merger stuff happened in the 90s, the team from Capcom that actually did this game ended up going to Square. So it's got a very similar feel to a Final Fantasy game for good reason. You know what? I lied. We're not going to heal. Because we won. So it didn't do as much damage that run as I'm used to. That's fine. So we are now just missing one dragon power up, which is not bad for 18 minutes in. As opposed to that would be something you would normally do between 4 and 5 hours into the run. Significant increase. National anthem of Crazy Town is Butterfly. The only song about butterflies I can think of right now is Elton John. I'm not sure if that's what you were going for or not. But now you have Elton John stuck in my head. I don't even know which song that was. I just know it mentions butterflies. Anyways. So this is our first use of the Marble Threes. There are random encounters in this dungeon, however. Who wants to deal with that nonsense? So we use the Marble Threes to have no random encounters. This would be very low level stuff. right about there should be fine. It's slightly faster to use the next marble before the old marble wears off. I'm not always great on my step counts. In fact, I don't step count, but sometimes I remember to use the marble in advance. I will try to do that because it's slightly faster. Now, we came here early in the game to get this cleansing water. And why was this water cleansing? Well, because there's a dragon down here. So, no fight for this one. He's just kind enough to give it to us. It's like he wants us to save the world. What a thought. And they give you a nice little epic thunderbolt scene there. So, exit to get out of here. Oh, we do have that. And then, back to Tunlin. Tunlin is the closest town. To Scandi. Scandi is the dungeon where we started. It's the big fortress looking thing because it's a big fortress. Crazy how that works, I know. Head over here and look for the tree. There's the tree, so we're pretty in line with it now. Here we are. These are very good guards. They clearly recognize that a parrot is the same as dragon because we have a pass. Totally understandable how you would think that. Thought I did that. Okay. Butterfly is a song by American rap Crazy Town. It's based on the sample Pretty Little Ditty from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay then. The things you learn while watching Twitch. What else you might learn is that there are hungry kids in the world. Host, would we like to say anything about hungry kids and perhaps the combating of that?
Hey, that's me. Yeah, I would like to say that if you'd want to, if you want more information about this marathon, you should really check out speedgaming.org. No Kid Hungry. We got a list of prizes, donation incentives here. If you've got 1 second here, I could throw out a quick incentive read, a donation read. There you go.
Yeah, you're good. Go for it.
All right. Well, then we got $10 here from Don Barba Z here, who says, a little contribution to this good cause. Thank you for the entertaining speedruns.
All right. Well, we can't make progress in the dungeon yet because they made us like triple dive this place. You have to go in, you have to find the parts, you have to leave, you have to come back, you have to leave, you have to come back. They make you yo-yo a lot. Classic old school RPG. Send you on a fetch quest to make the game longer. But we're told by a mysterious shadowy figure that you can come to Tunlin and get a weapon that's dangerous to dragons. How dangerous is it to dragons? Well, we don't know. It's a song called a D-Heart. Presumably dragon hearts. Hey, Malkier, hope it's going well today. And apparently you can put music in a bottle. Not time in a bottle, but music in a bottle. I wonder if 5 people will get that joke. And there's the effect. Takes dragons to 1 HP. So, obviously, he's sitting there injured, and we could just heal him if we wanted to. That'd be fine. Alright. Into the Dark Dragons Fortress. So, of course, Evil Emperor tried to take over the world. You know, your usual RPG fare. Leader's name is Zog. That confused me a lot when I was first playing, because, like, wait, haven't I been fighting Zog all game? Like, a random encounter? It's like a Zag or something like that. So it's another 3-letter Z enemy exists in this game. which for some reason they thought that was a good idea. But we're finally going to get a look at the man, the myth, the legend, the Zog himself. Not to be confused with the Pog, that's in a different category. Alright, so nice thing about this fortress that's totally random is that there is no random encounters on this first floor. Just the first one, though. The others have random encounters, not the first one. Not sure why, but we'll take it. And then we're back on to the marbles. We do not want to lose our marbles, because the marbles keep us from having random encounters. So we make generous use of them to have no randoms the entire time. In fact, that was the M-Slime incentive if we meet it, which is... It was originally going to be an M-Slime incentive where I had to hunt him down on the overworld. And then I said, you know what? We can do this boss gauntlet instead. Mini-boss gauntlet. And then I don't have to worry about hunting for it. Let's go ahead and use the next marble. So we don't even have to have a random encounter to get that. Oh, nice. I must have gotten it within steps on that marble. I'm rarely that accurate. We just try for reasonably accurate around here. So there's a full heal. And if you remember, our DJ there is just at 1 HP. And full heal, all we'd have to do is drink the water. Right there. Full heal. Easy as that. Nah, it'd be fine. Oh, look! You know what? Real fast. Did I need to put anything else on him? Yes, I did. And Star Shield's already on. No, Dragon Shield's on. We need Star Shield on. There we go. Glad I remembered to check that. So that is the final equipment setup for Ryu, including the fishing rod. We're going to fight all of these bosses holding onto a fishing rod. Just let that thought linger a minute. So here's Zog. 1 round to transform. And then if our host would like to say anything, this would be a good time, because we're going to have to go through about 16 rounds of combat with Zog, and not a ton to say about it.
Okay, well then, I mean, twist my arm, I guess, if you need me to. But I guess I'll throw out right now that, like you mentioned before, we do have an incentive there sitting for the end of this run. It's $50 there. If you want to go ahead and get an incentive in, we can have, I believe it's at the boss rush towards the end of this run for you. If we get a chance there, I think we still got a little bit of time that we could go ahead and meet that incentive.
Yeah, I can do that anytime up until we get to Jade, for those who know this game, and that is... about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes we can still meet that incentive.
Okay, and I guess with that, I just to make sure everybody knows what you're donating for here today, like No Kid Hungry is a charity that's dedicated to providing meals for children in need, as well as supporting food banks, community groups that need it, serve the areas that need it most. So they provide emergency grants, expert guidance to schools, local community groups to help feed kids. They're a really great charity, and it's really great that we are out here doing this, and especially you, Trenton, running this run.
Well, we're trying to have a little fun this morning, maybe help a few kids along the way. As you may have noticed, some of Zog's attacks are actually healing us. Now, that may seem like an unusual thing for a boss to do. Well, he didn't get much say in the matter. But the Earth Robe causes us to absorb any elemental magic damage, and heals us instead. So that's a big part of why I pick it up. It actually makes the fights go a little bit faster as well, so technically it's a little slower, at least in an ideal sense it's slower, but there's also some give back, so it's not as costly as it would be otherwise. But we just about have Zog done in Phase 2 here. It takes 10 rounds to finish him. And nice of him to give us another heal. And Bye-bye, Zog. Alright, so this game started with Zog trying to conquer the world by collecting the goddess keys, with his goal being to unleash Tyr. And we have been fighting him off and collecting many of the keys ourselves. We have all but one. And all we have to do to make sure to save the world that it can't release the destructive goddess is make sure that all of the keys are never in one place at one time. Everybody follow this? The only thing we have to do is make sure that all of the keys never come together in the same place. Here's the main character's sister, Sarah. She tried to save us at the beginning of the game, kind of did, and then we went on our way, hero's adventure, all that fun stuff. And she's saying, good job, you've saved us all from Zog. Now all we have to do is make sure that the Dark Goddess can never be released. So there's the last key, and all we have to do to save the day, remember, is make sure that all of the keys are never in the same place at the same time. So Sarah comes up with a plan, let's destroy the keys, so we'll give her all the keys, that way they can never come together, and she'll destroy them. And how could this possibly go wrong? Wait a second, what's this? Mysterious shadowy figure. Why does it seem like things are going wrong? This isn't supposed to happen. And apparently Sarah is on Jade's side, and now Jade has all of the keys. Well, that's unfortunate. If only there was some way we could have not had all of the keys come together at the same time. Video game protagonist to have a living family member. Well, that's not true at all. Although the first example I was thinking of I just realized is wrong, because I thought of Suiko 2 with his sister, and wait, that's actually an adopted sister, so you could technically say no. Alright, so we got trapped in a dungeon to not survive, but fortunately there's moles here. Doesn't Chronos still have a living mother? Yes! There we go. Unless you talk about other eras, in which case that can get fuzzy as well. But nice try. I appreciate the effort. Alright, so the moles have let us make our escape from here. And then, just a little while ago, we picked up the eye claw. Link's uncle fell down a hole. Sure, we can call it that. Great, Mogu into the lead, and then we warp to Grimoire. Edgar and Sabin Figaro. I'll count it. I'll allow it. So Final Fantasy VI, there we go. Living Brothers. Alright, so this is the Master Digger who helped us escape from there, and he's going to teach Mogu how to use the Eye Claw. Which is going to matter soon. Ish. And by the way, a reminder that there's a lot more fun in this marathon ahead, and I mean, you can watch Nico play stuff. That's coming up. I think he's doing Mario Kart after this. That should be much fun. Alright, then. Well, actually, no, I did want you that way. Alright, I have to think about these things sometimes. Romero, Romero, wherefore art thou, Romero? There we are. This brings us to Agua. Oh, there's a good one. Mario has a living brother. Yeah, that counts. Poor Green Mario, how could we forget him? Alright. Karn to the lead. Because Karn unlocks all of these doors. Like I said, they try to give every character a purpose, and Karn's is not only the ability to remove traps, but the ability to unlock these doors, which let you get through certain dungeons faster, or access to places you otherwise wouldn't have because locked door in the way. Can also include Cecil from Final Fantasy IV. No. Rosa's mother is in the game, not Cecil's. Let's see, which side do I want here? That's the one. Hooray. There's Sarah, who is having split personalities right now. Asks us to save the day, and also asking us to... I missed it by a step. Cecil has a brother? How'd I miss that? Oh! Oh! Yeah! Sure. Okay. Yes. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well played. In my defense, I'm doing other things, not solely thinking about this. Alright, so... we're not quite to the final dungeon yet, but we're close. This is where Jade came with the Goddess Keys to unleash the Goddess of Destruction. Okay, a reminder, chat. The thing wasn't a character from the game, but the protagonist of the game having a living family member. Rafa, thank you for the luck. We are doing our best. And this is the little switchy switch maze. So you have to step on switches which raise and lower the gates in order to make any progress. And to be able to get to the next floor, you have to do them in the right order. So hopefully I have done them in the right order to be able to get to the next floor. One more switch to go here. Marble 3, no longer works. We're losing our marbles! No, no! That's okay, I bought extra. You only need like 14, and I bought 18 so that we would have plenty of extra if necessary. And we're walking, we're walking, we're walking. This doesn't look ominous at all, does it? Totally doesn't look ominous. We've been knocked back. The power of the shield blocked Karn and the rest of the party. They received some damage. You'll never be able to penetrate the shield. You can only watch Jade march to world domination. Okay, I'll remove the shield. The shield is gone. Hurry, you must go. Deej, Jade is using a spell to control my mind. Sometimes the spell breaks and I regain my senses. You should go. Get my party order right. And, yeah, you can see my health there. final words with Sarah. Here we go. Alright. Mogu's gonna attack, and Karn is gonna use the D-Heart. And he's, remember, the D-Heart reduces dragon HP to 1. Well, our dragon's HP is already at 1, so that's no big loss. But it drops Sarah to 1 now, and then Mogu gets to attack next, and that's the Sarah fight. Real challenging one. It's a great strat. It works because there is no phase 2 for Sarah. Sarah is free of Jade's control. How wonderful. Touching family moment there. And there's a complete heal. All we'd have to do is drink that water. We'd be full health once again. All we'd have to do. Yeah, we're fine. So we got a little more walking here for the next 5 minutes or so. Is any more hype you want to give to No Kid Hungry? As I'll mention that Nico is coming up next with his run of Mario Kart, I believe, and that'll be plenty hype, so folks stick around for that.
Definitely right. You got Nico plays things with Mario Kart Wii, so Nitro tracks with no skips, Ida Brain. It's going to be kind of a wild one to watch for sure. Definitely going to be a very fast one there. Other than that, just make sure to go ahead, try to get some more donations in. I think, what do we got left here? Do we still have any time to meet your $50 donation incentive here? Maybe get that.
Yeah, we still have over 10 minutes.
Still got 10 minutes? All right, so if you've got 10 minutes there, guys, you can go ahead and push things up a little bit. We've got $5 from Siriu X there as our last donation, but other than that, yeah, keep getting it in. This is for No Kid Hungry, so we're trying to end childhood hunger.
Certainly a good cause. Good goal. There's also prizes. Make sure to check out the prizes page. It's not the reason, but it's a reason. Alright, we are closing in on... well, this is a confusing place if you don't know what you're doing. I think I used that marble too soon. That's okay, I've got extra. Here's Jade once again. And a reminder, Jade is trying to release the Dark Goddess who threatens to destroy the world. Did your sister give you a hard time? You're cruel, Jade. The Goddess Tyr has been released and she is mine. I am all-powerful. That's quite the claim. Alright, we are about to fly our way to the final dungeon soon here. It is coming up. We are back in the hometown where we started from. Just looking into something real quick. Okay. Yep. Alright, so it turns out that the obelisk is flying in the air, and that has mildly disturbed people. They would like us to do things about it. No, always depending on us for everything. Can you believe that? That's supposed to be the first game we open the entire run. It's like 300 gold. We don't need it. We don't need your stinking gold. I've got like 90,000 gold right now. We'll take a moment and say thank you for having me as part of this marathon. I was part of the first one. Did Final Fantasy I solo Red Mage run in the first No Kid Hungry marathon we had, and I've been in a couple others. Alright, rather than get lost, I'm going to take the easy way out here and go to Tunlin. Do we have an update?
Oh, we have an we have an update here. Coming in just a second ago here, we have it's gonna be a fun name to say. We got a $50 donation from Matthew St. Louis or St. Louis. I'm not sure which one that's gonna be there, but that is $50 towards your Breath of Fire incentive. You got a boss rush to plan for, sir.
All right, we have that coming up in this dungeon here. We'll have one boss before we get there. Hey, in Final Fantasy 1 PSP version, Mage, Red Mage is very good about doing things. Alright, so this is another place that gets quite confusing if you don't know the correct way through it. Not the worst, though. The worst, in my opinion, is the steam field that this game has. That is in Mogu's Dream. That's the one I hate the most. The one other people hate the most is the spinning floor. In case you were curious about that. Top first here. And we're going to need marble here in a moment. Reminding myself to do things. Because remembering things is sometimes fun. Makes life easier, nice. Hi, DJ. Thanks for joining us this morning. Hope everybody's having a nice morning. We're trying to have some fun here. Once again, for those who didn't get the update at the start, this is DJ% of Breath of Fire. There's a nice video came out on this on YouTube recently explaining what's going on. They put in basically a password mode that starts you at various points of the game. And DJ% is the latest of them. So it starts you with only about 1 hour of gameplay if you do all of the extra things like get the dragon powers and whatnot, which you don't technically have to do, but you want to. And they certainly make the end game go faster. Hey, apparently you named the pronunciation on that. And thank you so much for the donation, which I can't pronounce correctly. Alright, here's Goda. If only he had left this big wall in our way, we'd have had no way to get to the final area. So, very decent of him to just let us in. Like that. But we're gonna release the big guy, the big dragon, out to play now. For the first time, and he is half lion, half unicorn, half dragon. Clearly. That makes sense, right? Alright, so we're auto battle mode for Goda. Goda is, if not the weakest of this run, the second weakest relatively. Like, obviously the very first Dragon Boss Talon is probably the weakest thing we made in terms of threat level. Bane is pretty weak, but Goda is just like you're just standing in the way here, dude. You're not even really doing anything. But yeah, this is I don't know which year this is for No Kid Hungry. Is it 4 years, 5 years, something like that? Or I think it's 3 or 4 years that Speed Gaming has been partnering with No Kid Hungry. We've tried to give you some great runs along the way. And hopefully do some good for a lot of kids. Phase 2 for Goda takes 6 rounds to beat him. Be sure to check out the schedule for a lot of fun stuff ahead. My buddy Axeman's got a couple of runs coming up. He's doing a Soul Blazer race and a Chrysalis run. Those will both be fun. A lot of good people participating in this thing. Like Nico, coming up with Mario Kart after this. I can't promise it'll be as hype as a half dragon, half unicorn, half griffin but it should still be fun. Alright. Near the end of you here. And bye-bye, Goda. Hey, look at that. Blue level's up. We don't care. But blue level's up. Fun fact about the Deej percent run is you actually start at a higher level than you would get to for an any percent run. An any percent run would only be like level 19, 20, and DJ percent starts you at level 25. So you're stronger than you ever would be in a normal run. Which is pretty sweet. Alright, well, we're going to get to the heart of the matter here. As we are closing in on things, we do have the little fight gauntlet coming up here, which will cap off with the M-Slime. The M-Slime was my original incentive, and I said, well, wait, we can do it off of this boss rush, and then get more fun stuff. Theoretically. And we will do that soon. And we're walking, we're walking, we're walking. This place looks confusing, but it's actually only one path through this room, so it's not that bad. BBT, thank you for donating the bits. I do believe bits get credited over to the charity as well, but if you want to meet the incentives, make sure to go to the donation page and mark what incentives you would like to help contribute towards. Alright, let's make some quick changes here. Put the Icy Dagger on. Don't usually do it this way, so I want to make sure that I get it right. Okay, looks good. We are getting there, so Jade is just ahead in this run. And Jade makes you an offer. And of course, normally being good RPG protagonists, we would immediately turn this offer down. Just real quick, let's make sure nothing goes wrong. We're going to bring out the big doofus for this. Now, I have to menu this correctly, so I'm going to stop and read. You kept up with me in spite of all the odds. Well done! If you switch to my side, I could give you a town or two. What do you say, Deej? Want to join? Of course, being good RPG protagonists, we would always say no. Well, this time we're actually going to join. And then we just stand here. Really exciting stuff, I know. One could easily get bored from this. Jade says you're boring. Entertain me. Also swap you out. Nina. Yeah, that'll work. We got a Dark Fleet. Dupe's easily going to take care of business there. So this is our rush here. Jade is going to get bored. Jade is going to say, fight this thing for me. And after a couple of these, we get to an M-Slime. I think it's 6 fights. We got a big crab. Crab legs, anybody? Goodbye, crab. That wasn't bad. Now, if you move, Jade gives extra dialogue. We don't want that. At least not yet. Jade asks for more entertainment, and so we're going to fight an evil flower. It's an evil flower. It's going to throw pollen at you. Silence? What's he trying to do? Goodbye, flower. Not bad. Is the next one the Imp Slime, or we got one more in between? One more. Alright, so first we got the Gold Slime. They're a very fun enemy to fight. They're a great experience enemy. If you're playing casual and not skipping enemies, that's when you definitely want to fight as much as possible. And there's the big guy, the Imp Slime. Let's go. I'm out of marble ones. I thought I had extra marble ones. Oh well. Auto will do fine, we've got Doof. Pollen, your one true nemesis. Well, that's unfortunate for you because you're very outnumbered. Alright. Deej, go ahead and attack. Mogu, attack. Karn, we're going to need you to revert. Nina can defend. Well, that's not good. Okay, did I get a second life too? I did not. Alright. Chanceless, it should be fine. Ah, Mogu, why do you do this to me? Alright. Alright. We gotta try and recover some stuff here. Alright, so we change our mind, and then Jade's ready to fight. And unfortunately, Mogu is dead here, which does cause me a slight problem. Because I need everyone to be alive for the big dragon form. So we gotta get lucky here. I just need Jade to not kill anyone. Alright, well. I was prepared for this. Oh look, a sudden glitch. That's okay, we still got our boss gauntlet. We don't need the experience from it. It's fine. We're just gonna go straight to the Jade fight. So now we're gonna be good RPG protagonists. We're gonna refuse Jade's offer. And we're gonna bring out the big dragon. It is very hard to recover with characters who don't have great equipment and just get one shot from the boss. But now we're good, and we've got several rounds of this Jade fight, so our host, if you would like to give some updates, this would be a great time to get a couple in.
Sure thing. I got a $10 donation here from BBT with a little comment of some monies for the charity and hype for a Trenton stream. Just a quick shout out again. You mentioned the prizes. We've got them floating down there at the bottom of the screen. Just a couple of them that I've seen coming up here. We got some Super Metroid Perlers. We got a 8-bit NES 30 Pro controller. EverDrive GBX5. We've got a whole bunch of great stuff out there. So if you want to get your donations in, we can make sure that you are entered in for some of those.
Had a lot of fun ahead on this marathon, so please make sure you're following Speed Gaming and checking out the great runs. We'll help to keep you entertained as we try and raise money for a good goal. Alright, so what's going on right now is anytime Jade uses an elemental attack, I get healed. Thanks, Earthrobe. And fortunately, because the dragon powers are all off of Ryu, that's no issue. Now right there, Jade just attacked with shock. That's the reason I picked up the shield that I picked up in like the first minute of the game. Was specifically to counter that one attack. It keeps shock from working, which would be a massive damage thing and could mess up the whole run. And I said for marathon purposes, let's just pick up the one shield instead. Made sense to me. There is, this by the way, is the last boss before the final boss. So the end is near. We are for sure under 10 minutes of the run at this point. So I'll mention that for setup purposes. Again, I'll say thanks for having me, as Jade's going to be kind enough to give me another heal. That's always appreciated. Don't have to worry about healing when the enemies do it for you. That's always fun. Alright, one more round, 2 more rounds of phase 1 here. Pay attention, because I need to do this right. Okay, one more round of this phase. Phase 2, I have something specific to do. We're going to use the water jar. And the reason is not the health, it's the magic points under there, which is the A. I guess they call it ability points, but, you know, we're all used to them being magic points in RPGs, so I just call it that by default. And I need 120 to finish the game, so I go ahead and do that heal now, and then I'm all set for the rest of the way. You know, I suppose for another incentive, I could have let people choose the final party. A little late to do that now, but if you've already donated and want to say who you want aside from Ryu in the final party, then feel free to ask. Oh, we have Jade dealt with. Let the boys be boys. Let the dragons be dragons! Hi, chat. Never change. Alright, well I haven't seen any requests, so how about we bring Blue, Nina, and Bo. Just cuz. That way we changed everybody. Did you come here to have a wish granted? No! What did you come for? Then why are you here? Why do you have your sword out? Are you ready to fight? Look at this. Now how can you fight this? You can turn into a big dragon. That's how you fight this. Ryu, Chun-Li, Guile, Cammy. Oh wait, wrong game. Yeah. Yeah. Although actually Chun-Li is in this game. There is an appearance of Chun-Li in Breath of Fire. Alright. So, we find out Tyr was perhaps not an innocent little girl all along. Shocking turn of events, I know. This is our final boss. Ready to bend as we transform. And I might actually have to heal, but we're going to have 32 rounds of combat. That would be the biggest attack, and it's kind enough to heal us, so we skip damage animation too, which is another little bonus advantages of getting the Earth Robe. The game for bosses loves to do 2 phases. It does a first phase where you see the bar move, and then it likes to do a second phase where you don't. So that's phase 1, here's phase 2, and 30 rounds of combat later, it will be GG. So this is a good time for me to say thank you to Dazed Cloud for hanging out with me and hosting this stuff. Thank you for having me in the marathon. Thank you so much, chat. Having fun with me this morning. BBT donated during this run. Also, by the name, it's here somewhere. Matthew St. Louis, thank you so much for the donation. And I think that's everything that came in during this run. Thank you to everyone who has contributed through all of the runs. Oh, we do have a couple more that came in if you'd like to give us an update.
Yeah, I was about to cut you off there, but I felt like you were doing something there. But yeah, we got $10 there from Blood Juggler saying, I'm sorry, I don't have much to give right now, but this is a great cause. I had to give what I could. Good luck to all the runners. This goes towards Azure Striker Gunvolt Good Ending. and we've also got a $1.21 donation from Dante there, calling for a $1.21 train.
Do we have ourselves a conductor? Only time will tell.
I guess we'll have to see here. Yeah.
Right, so again, the DJ takes about an hour. I mean, obviously I'm at 104, but we did the extra boss gauntlet, which takes a couple minutes. But it's a fun way to play the game. If you've already played Breath of Fire before casual and you don't want to just sit for a 5-hour plus speed run, this is a fun way to do it. Thank you for the love, chat. And of course, good luck to the runners coming up. Nico on deck. I hear he's going to do things. I mean, how many people are offering to do things for you today?
I mean, not even just do things, but he's gonna play things.
There you go. So, by all means, feel free to relax, enjoy the rest of the marathon. Donate if you are so inclined. Thank you to all who have. Thank you to Feasel and crew for organizing things. Like I said, this is... I think this is year 4 of No Kid Hungry. I'm not positive on that, but I think it is. And I've been part of most of them. It's been a pleasure. Hope I have brought some entertainment to folks, as it's a world out there that needs more fun. So keep having fun, folks. I'm bad at keeping count because 30 is a big number, but I am pretty sure we're close now. I'm gonna go ahead and heal again, cause why not? Ah! Because we beat the boss, that's why not. That's GG! Tears defeated, light wins the day, etc, etc, etc. That is Breath of Fire, DJ%. We have saved the day, and I'll click through the credits for as long as we need. Thank you so much, everybody! Good luck to all the other runners.